Hello, federal employees. This is Brad Bob here again with Bob Financial, and I have David Edwards here today with Edwards Group LLC. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
So we're going to talk about a couple things today that questions that have arisen with federal employees. We talk about estate planning a fair amount, and I thought it may be a benefit to bring David on, professional estate planning attorney, that can help us out with a few questions. So with that, Dave's been in the business for quite a while. I've known him for a while, does a good job with estate planning. So we're going to kick it off this morning with a big question, or a common question I get asked, which is, should I name a trust as beneficiary on my thrift savings plan? So Dave, you want to go ahead and give us your thoughts there?
Yeah. So, there's kind of an old joke with lawyers where they answer a question with "it depends." And so this question is kind of an "it depends" type of question, but really trusts are a set of instructions about how things are supposed to be handled. And so that's really the question. If you're going to name a trust for your IRA or TSP, then it's a question of what are the instructions that we're trying to take care of, because if you just name a direct beneficiary, then it's just going to go to that person. So what if there's concerns we have about the person inheriting it, as far as if they're bad with money, if we think they're going to blow the money, or they have financial problems, or what if they get divorced? There's risks that could come against an inheritance, including an inherited IRA, or if somebody's a minor child, or if somebody's disabled. There's different things that could come up where we might not want to let them have control of that money. And so in that situation, a trust can be a good option. And if the trust is set up properly, then you still get the same stretch you would have with with a regular beneficiary designation.
Okay.
And so I know
And that was one of my big questions for you, is if I understand that as you said, the trust has to be worded properly in order for the beneficiary to take advantage of that extra 10-year time period.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Otherwise, if it's not, then the money would have to be taken out within a specific period of time.
Well, actually 5 years if it's not set up right. So like if it's going through somebody's will, let's say, or it's a trust that's not set up right, then it's 5 years. So it's the difference between five or 10 years. You can always do 5 years, but you can do 10 if it's set up properly. Now, in the prior years, until they recently changed the law to the 10-year rule, then it was a lifetime beneficiary. And so that was a much longer. So depending on the age of the person, they could stretch it out for their lifetime. And so now for most people, it's going to be a 10-year limit. And there are a few exceptions to that for disabled kids or minor children. There's a few exceptions, but generally it's going to be a 10-year, which means you're going to have to pay taxes on that IRA by the end of the 10-year time frame. And so it doesn't mean you necessarily have to take it out of the trust, but the tax will have to get paid by the end of the 10 years.
Okay. Okay. So is that something you do? Something that's commonly done in your practice? Do you have, I guess, can you give me a scenario where it would be a benefit? Let's say kids are past the age of 18. Why would it be a benefit for a federal employee to name a trust as beneficiary versus their 30-year-old kid?
hmm Well, I'll give you one scenario that I think would be kind of a no-brainer type scenario. Let's say a kid has substance abuse history, drug problems, alcohol problems. Even if they've maybe been clean for a while, there's still concerns that they could relapse. And so that would be a scenario. Or somebody that just has a horrible track record with money. They just tend to blow the money, and they've always been that way. And so that would kind of be a no-brainer, situation, if we're concerned that they're going to blow the money if we let them have access to it. Because we love to have the stretch, but some people, if they get access to all of it, they might end up taking a lot of it out in just a few short years and then blowing it. So that would be one scenario that comes to mind.